Okay, now I'm on the bottom of page 407. And let's go over some more examples. All right, so again, I want to add the two bases. So 17 and 21, those are the parallel lines. That's how I know they're the bases. Okay, so 21 plus 17 is 38. Then I take 38 and I multiply it times the height, and the height is always the line that's perpendicular to the bases. So I multiply it by 14. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Kiss my 4 goodbye, hug it out, no offense 4. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 3 is 3. Add that all up. 2, 13, 4, 5. Okay, and then my last step, I have 3 choices. I can take this number, 532, I can multiply it by 1/2, or I can take 532 and multiply it by 0.5, or I could take 532 and divide it by 2. Okay, all 3 of these will give you the same answer. Okay, so you just have to ask yourself, do I like working with the fractions? Do I like working with the decimals? Or would I rather just do a long division? Okay, so I'm going to do long division. So I believe it was 532. And I'm going to divide 2 into it. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract gives me 1. Bring down my 3. 2 goes into 13, 6 times? 6 times 2 is 12. Subtract gives me 1. Bring down my 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So my answer is 266 inches. Since it's area, it's inches squared. Okay. Going on to number 5, my 2 parallel lines. So these are my 2 bases. I'm going to add these together. 9.2 plus 2.8. Since I'm adding, I need to line the decimals up, and I bring my decimals straight down since I'm adding. 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry my 1. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And 12.0 is the same thing as just 12. So then I take that number and I multiply it times the height. The height is the perpendicular line to the 2 parallel lines. In this case, 4.2. So I need to multiply. I need to multiply 4.2 times 12. Now this time I'm multiplying, so I don't need to line the decimals up, but I will need to move the decimal over 1 once I get my answer. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Kiss that 2 goodbye. Hug it out. No hard feelings, 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. Add that all up. 4, 10, 504. And then my last step, this is when I have my options. I can multiply 504 by 1/2. I can multiply it by 0.5, or I can divide by 2. I like to divide by 2, and in this case I can do mental math. Half of 500 is 250. Half of 4 is 2. So if you combine those, you get 252. And that's meters squared. But again, you never erase your work, okay? We talk about that often. Trying to grab this, move it over a smidge. There we go. Okay, find the height now. So this time they didn't tell us the height. They gave us the two bases. Okay, so I still add the two bases up, 27.5 plus 12.5. Since I'm adding, I line my decimals up and bring my decimals straight down. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry my 1. That's 8 plus 2 is 10 again, carry that 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So 40.0 is the same thing as just 40. So now I have area 500 equals 1/2 times 40. Give myself a little more room here. Remember the formula, area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So area equals 1/2 times, and then we added base 1 and base 2 and we got 40, and then times the height. So I can do this operation. Half of 40 is 20, so now I have 20h still equals 500. And then to get that h by itself, I just divide both sides by 20. This is 20h is multiplication. The inverse, the opposite of multiplication is division. Divide by 20, that leaves you with just h on this side. And then I just need to do that division of 20 into 500. 20 goes into 50 twice. That's 40. Subtract gives me 10. Bring down my 0. 20 goes into 100 5 times. So our height is 25. And it's inches. Not squared though, because we didn't find the area. Okay, same thing on number 7. They gave us the area. Here's our formula up here. They said A is 99 equals 1/2 times, and then my bases, remember bases are the parallel lines. So these two numbers are my bases. So 10 plus 3.2, and then I'm going to times that times h, which I don't know what h is. Okay, 10 plus 3.2 gives us 13.2. And that's times h. Half of 13.2, well, I can think of this as 132. Half of 100 is 50. Half of 30 is 15. Half of 2 is 1. So that all adds up. This is me using my kind of mental math. 66. So 1/2 times 13.2 is 6.6, because half of 13, I know my decimal would need to go here. It's obviously not going to be 66. So half of 13.2 would be 6.6 times h. So now let me move this over so you can see it. This is multiplication, so I have to do the inverse operation. I divide both sides by 6.6. That's going to leave me with h on this side. And then I divide 6.6 into 99. I'm going to show my work up here. 6.6 into 99. I have a decimal out here, so I have to move it over 1 to get rid of it. So now this becomes just 66. And the decimal in here is hidden behind the 9. So I still have to move it over 1, and in this place I put a 0 placeholder. So I'm essentially doing 66 into 99. 66 can't go into 9. 66 can go into 99 one time. 66 subtract gives us 33. Bring down. 66 into 330, that's about 50. I'm going to say about 6 times. No, I'm going to say 5, because I see this 0 here. So I know I'm going to need a 0 in my multiplication. So I think it's going to be 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. That gives me my 0 that I needed in the ones place. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 3 is 33. Yep, right on. So my height is 15, and it's 15 centimeters, not squared though, because I'm finding height, not area. So again, you don't need to show all your work in the book. You can show your work on the scratch paper, okay? But I'm limited on space on my computer, so I have to show my work on the page. You don't have to, so don't, okay? Give yourself plenty of room to work those problems out. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.